Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I'd like to share with you another eyeshadow look featuring another brand new palette. This time it is the I Heart Makeup or Makeup Revolution if you're in the US, and it is the Rose Gold palette, or Chocolate Rose Gold palette I should say. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the packaging. I love the inside, the shades. Just absolutely beautiful, and I also love the fact that it smells like chocolate, and it's a really nice proper chocolate smell. It's not overpowering, it's not sickly. I just love everything about this palette. There is a mixture of course of mattes and shimmers, and again this palette featured in my monthly favourites from September. I just love it. Now today I've got on another jumper that I purchased from Primark. This is one of their fluffy ones that was featured in my recent haul. Yeah, let's just start again. So it was featured in my huge Primark haul, and these fluffy jumpers are £10. Now I went for this really vibrant, gorgeous colour today, and funnily enough in my Renaissance lipstick collection I actually matched it up with this lipstick, and it's in the shade Cliche. I really love this shade and I couldn't believe it. I was just looking for a neutral lipstick because I was going to go for a neutral lip, and I came across this one and I thought, wow, that one actually matches my jumper, so I had to put it on. The only thing is that with this vibrant colour on my lips, it limits me, but I'm going to still try and do something a little bit different, like I did yesterday with the Flawless 4 palette, because I have done, I think, a brighter look, you know, a red look with that one, and I've also done a, you know, a vibrant red look, especially with my favourite shade, which is that Barbie colour. So I've already used that, and I want to do something again a little bit different. I'm not going to even say cool tone, because to be honest, all of these, well, the three palettes that have recently been shared by or released by Makeup Revolution, Tan Beauty, I Heart Makeup, they are all quite warm, which I love warm eyeshadows, but and I don't know where I got the cool tone look from yesterday, because I'm really not into cool tone eye looks at all, but I just want to do something a little bit different again today. So I'm going to, as always, start off with my Primark brush. Now if you cannot visit Primark for whatever reason, you can pick one of these brushes up, or this type of brush up from Morphe from beautybay.com, and I believe they are £4. They're near enough exactly the same, but it's got that contour to the brush. So if you cannot for whatever reason visit a Primark store, you know, that one is available. Now I'm going to start with, because I started the last one off with and that would again be the shade that I really want to go for, but I want to go for something a little bit different. So I think I'm going to go for, or should I start it with It is quite light. It's the, like, in this palette there's not that or too many transitional shades, so I was thinking that one, but I'm not sure if that's going to go with my jumper, so I'm going to go for the shade and start the look off with that one. So I'm just going to dip my brush into that one, and then I've got the mirror in front of me today, so hopefully you can get a better view of what I'm doing. It's just that I've moved locations recently and I'm still trying to figure out what's going to work best for me, so hopefully this will work better today. So I'm just going to move a little bit more forward for you, and I'm just going to just add that, as I always do, into the crease and above. This is why this brush works so well for me, because I've got slightly hooded lids, not too bad, but a little bit, and I need to get right into you know, that crease area. So again, I'm going to just do that on the other side. Don't think I put quite enough on that one. So I just keep going backwards and forwards and then take that colour a little bit higher. I do, and I've mentioned this before, I've got quite a bit of space from the actual crease to my brow. So obviously if you haven't got that much room, you don't need to take it up as high as me. It's just that I want the eyeshadow to be seen. So that's the first eyeshadow down. Now I want to add a deeper shade. In fact, actually no, I'm going to add, I've got this vibrant jumper on. I'm going to add Not Yours, which is this colour here. So I think we're going to brighten it up even more. I don't know how this is going to look. I don't know really, you know, whenever I put my makeup on every day, I always play it by ear. I know generally what palette I want to use and what, you know, I always go with my clothing first and then go from there. So I've got that vibrant, I'm tapping it off because I don't want it to be too bright, and then I'm just going to put that into the crease. A little bit more. And then on the other side as well. Let me just put a little bit more on. I'm a little bit concerned about hitting the mic. I'm going to just put a little bit of the first shade Uh-Oh on and just try and blend that bit out there. I'm going to go into the shade Independent, which is the matte cream, and I'm just going to brush that down there just to blend that out, because what I did was I hit the wrong area there, but that's worked really well actually to take that down. So there we've got a little bit of pink. So we are, although yes, I did start off the look with the Uh-Oh shade, which I started off the last look in, but now I've added pink. Now I want to just add a little bit of depth because I want to, yeah, I just want to add a little bit of depth there. So now the shades that I've got for that are either Girl Boss, which is that one there, or I've got Backup, which is there. They look quite similar, but that one there, Girl Boss, has got a little bit of pink tone to it. And that one is a little bit more cool. So I think I'm going to go with, Backup, which is the more, well, it hasn't got quite so much pink in it. And I'm going to just, as always, put that on the tip of the brush there, and I'm just going to work that into the crease. Then just blend that. And I also want a little bit of that onto the outer third of the eyelid as well. Now these are blending in very, very well. Again, I'm going to mention it again because I mentioned it yesterday. Now I do have quite, I mean, if you've got dry lids, that's fine. I don't think you're going to have any problems, but which is what I used to have, even, you know, normal lids, not dry, not oily, but I have to moisturize my lids now quite a number of times. I've got it now to 2 times a day, but also I have to use a base that is more oily than what I'm used to. So I was finding that some eyeshadows, if you have oily lids, for example, or you have to put on moisturiser, or you have to add a primer that is more oil, not oily, but you know, it's not as dry as a lot of other primers, then a lot of eyeshadows just were not blending. They were not blending at all. In fact, before I found the Makeup Revolution primer, I was just putting moisturiser on because I've had issues with my lids, and I was finding that some eyeshadows, not all eyeshadows, but some eyeshadows were then just sinking into my skin. So I found a base that works, and it really does. And in fact, I've not been able to wear eyeshadow for quite some time all day, but for this week because of that primer, I have been wearing eyeshadow all day and removing it you know, before I go to bed, as I usually would. So I feel not just the quality of these eyeshadows, which is the point I'm trying to make in quite a long-winded way, and I do apologise, but I'm just so thrilled that not only have I found the primer that now works for me. So if you've got issues with your eyes and you have to keep your eyes, you know, level of moisture on your lids then not only do these palettes work that I've been testing from Makeup Revolution, I Heart Makeup, that Makeup Revolution primer as well works. So we've got quite, you know, we've got that base, we've got then that pink, and we've got that deep shade there as well. And you can see that even with the moisturiser on, we've got that primer on, they haven't sunk into my skin. It would have sunk in by now. Believe me, I've tested it, and these are the issues that I've had. They've blended in. You can see the different shades there. They've not just sort of melted all into one, which is another thing that I was finding was an issue. But you can see that deepness there. It's blended in perfectly. And to be honest, I really do feel now that I can get back to my normal self of wearing eyeshadow, which for quite a number, well, about 2-3 months now, when this issue started, I haven't been able to do. And you know, I like to feel that I like to look nice you know, a lot of the time, but I felt that because of the issues that I've had, those choices were then taken away from me. So with what I'm trying to also say is that the brand Makeup Revolution, I Heart Makeup, has helped me so much with the quality of their eyeshadow, the quality of their primer. Even though they're so inexpensive, you know, it's really, really helped me to get back and make me feel like you know, some kind of normality is back. Because the thing is, it's not until something happens to you and you think, oh, you know, eczema on the eye, that's nothing. But when you want to wear eyeshadow, when you want to look your usual glamorous self, and you can't do something, you know, it really did make me feel quite unhappy for a while there. So I'm so pleased that I can now get back to my usual self of wearing eyeshadow, sharing eyeshadow with you as well, because for a little while there I felt that I was never going to be able to wear eyeshadow again, and it really did make me feel quite unhappy because I love eyeshadow and I love makeup, as you can tell from my channel. But anyway, getting back to the makeup look, and I'm sorry about that, but I just wanted to mention that because these products have really you know, made me feel that I'm getting back to my old self. So I've got that colour, and that is back up on my brush. So again, I'm just going to put that into the crease and take that along. If you follow my channel and you're a regular viewer, you will know what I'm talking about. And I must also, I just want to also take the time to just thank all of my regular viewers and supporters. You've really been absolutely amazing through this, so I just want to thank you as well. for your support, your kind comments, and you know, and support. It really has made me feel, you know, really supported, and I just want to say thank you for that. So that has all blended very, very nicely. I love that. I really, really love this palette. I've also had a few questions from people contacting me saying, which palettes should I get out of the 3 palettes? You know, you've got the Safe palette, you've got this Rose Gold palette, you've got the Flawless 4 palette. And to be honest, I can't choose between them. I think it's such a difficult thing because, you know, the quality is there, and it just really depends on what you're looking for, really. So I'm just going to deepen that up a little bit more. That has blended so well. I'm really, really pleased with that, because in some looks I'm getting a little bit too much darkness here and it's not blending, but yeah, I think I found the right combination for me for these eyeshadows now to blend well, and I really, really love how that's turned out. So that's that. Now I'm going to go under the eye, so I'm thinking, what shade shall I go for? I think I'm going to go for Uh-Oh to start with, which is the base that I laid down. So I'm just going to go under the eye with that. I'm not sure if the lipstick is matching. I may have to change it to a more neutral one, but we'll see at the end. That looks so pretty though. That looks absolutely gorgeous, and it's blended out so well. Love that. Love that so much. Now, what I've got to do is I've now got to think, what shade do I want on the lid? So I've originally, in my other tutorial, I've gone for this, and I think I've used one of these shimmery shades. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I've done so many looks recently. I really want to go for that hard work one, but I'm not 100% sure. Should I go for hard work? I'm not 100% sure if I've already used that, but I want to do something a little bit different. I think I'm going to go for the hard work, which is that sort of greeny gold colour. I knew this one was going to be more red in tone because the mattes are quite warm in here, so I knew that, you know, it would be a redder base, you know, than yesterday. There is a cool toned, there's like a grey there that looks like a grey anyway in the pan, but no, I mean, I just love warm tones, to be honest. Now I'm going to use my finger as well, and these are so soft, these shimmers. I mean, I don't think that this eye look is going to match anything that I'm wearing, but you know, I'm going with it. I can always change. That's not an issue. And if you've seen my Primark haul recently, my huge Primark haul, I really don't think I've got any issues about choosing a different jumper because I went slightly crazy on the jumper front. So yeah, I don't think I've got any issues with choosing another jumper. So I'm just using my finger to just glide that on the eye. Now, all I do is tap my finger on These are so beautiful. These really are gorgeous eyeshadows, and I'm going to do exactly what I did yesterday, and that is pick up my PS Pro Shading Eye Brush. Again, you don't have to use exactly the same one as me. If you're lucky enough to be able to visit a Primark store, obviously you can get that. But if you can't, I'm sure there's other small brushes out there. So I'm just going to put that on the inner part of the eye, because if you are like me, you know it's difficult to get right into that area of the eye there. And again, I'm going to do the same as I did yesterday, and that is just go over this area, because I do find that when I first lay the eyeshadow on there, you've got a little bit of, you know, it transfers onto the lid. Now I'm going back into backup, and I'm just going to add a little bit of deepness here. And I've got it on my eyelashes, and then I'm going to do the same on the other. Like that. Now I'm going to get that colour, because as I mentioned yesterday, I really like that shimmer shade to carry on all round that eye, the inner corner. So I'm just putting it all around the inner corner there. And blending it in. And I think that is it. I think it's all done. Now this look is, I suppose, a mix of what, you know, you'd expect with this palette. So you've got that red toned base, and then I've added a different you know, look on the actual lid. You've got that vibrant yellow gold. So again, just like yesterday, I'll go through the shades that I used today. So I've used, first of all, this shade Uh-Oh, which is a really good transitional base shade, that one there. Then I've gone in with, using my jumper here as a little bit of inspiration, I've gone into the shade, and it's called Not Yours, so that vibrant pink there, just to add a little bit of something else. And then I've gone into backup here, just to deepen that outer crease, and then I've gone in with Hard Work, which is this one here. And it's like it's so unusual. I mean, I put gold on my lid yesterday, but this one has definitely got that green tint to it, which is, it's just something extra, which you know you wouldn't expect from a rose gold palette. I suppose that you would if it's gold, but you know what I mean. It's different, and I do like this palette. Well, I love this palette. I love them all. But anyway, that is the look that I've come up with today. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope also you could see that a little bit more clearly as well, because I was more, you know, here, face on. So I hope that you could see that. And I would really love it if you gave me a thumbs up, and of course subscribed if you haven't already done so, you know, to watch further tutorials, hauls, and so forth. And of course, do leave your comments down below. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a look with the Soph palette. It's just to finish off this short, it's not really a series, but I wanted to do use all three palettes again. I know I've used the Soph palette a couple of times, but if you're still undecided, I hope that this has helped you. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, thank you. Bye.